What's up, people? It's your boy Jatwa, and today we are back, and we have a our new craft out here in the water, the KSS Kerbin, and we are going to fly and try to land on it with zero wing. And you'll see there are quite a few differences between the KSS Jebe and the KSS Kerman. As we get closer, it'll be really easy to see, tell you the truth. Hopefully it won't, hopefully nothing crashes. How's our lights? Oh, that's beautiful. Plenty of light. I should be able to do a night landing rather easily with this. See if we can get a lineup here. We're just going to do a quick sprint out to it. So, I decided to build this little bit of craziness over the time of 2 days. That being said, it's probably going to take some time for this thing to load. So I'm expecting it to freeze up quite a bit. This is my second edition. I don't think I'm going to try to build an aircraft carrier this large or larger because I ran into quite a bit of trouble actually doing this. It actually crashed about 6 or 7 times. It got to a point if I moved something incorrectly, I could not use Control Z to revert back because that would actually cause the game to crash. It would actually. It said it was a message about too many heaps, and it was just it. I should have actually looked a bit better, committed that to memory, but yeah, it was a heap message, and from there the whole game would just crash on out. So I got into a method of if I did something incorrectly, I would save incrementally and then just go back and reload the entire thing. Uh, Still, that being said, 7 crashes later, I was able to get this craft created, and you will see why it gave me so much trouble once it loads. And it started to load. Cross your fingers. Bill looks very concerned. I am just as concerned. We have Jebediah actually sitting on the KSS Kerbin, and it is he's just I can't remember what the bloody chairs are called, but he's sitting there enjoying himself, watching over the view, and this craft here eventually, hopefully, will load. Hey, there we go. Looks like we are pretty much on track for a nice little landing. Let's get down a little lower. Now, the bad thing about this is my frames begin to drop dreadfully. So we're going to have to be really careful in this landing. Let's go ahead and drop our gear here. See if we can stick our landing on it. I know we need to get a little further over. All right. Here we go. Oh, as the game chugs almost to a complete halt. Oh, that's not looking too good. Whoa. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's actually lift back. Let's lift back off. Ooh, that is bad. Oh, the frames per second drop is absolutely dreadful when that all kicked back in. Okay, so we're gonna try to loop back around. Let's get back up in the air. We're gonna try to do this without getting too far away because I don't want to have this thing to have to try to reload. And Ferrum is hopefully not going to be too bad on me right now. Because I really have some dreadful frames at the moment. All right, starting to see our lights, which means we're getting closer to our proper alignment. Oh, that is gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take it back out and realign it. So much frame rate dropping. All right, let's take her back out, line her back up, see what we can do here. See, as it gets away from my screen, it tends to get all my frame rates back. That's how massive that ship is. All right, so I need to get on there, hit one to reverse my thrust, and then throttle back up. Hopefully we're far enough away so I can loop back around. Okay, I can start doing that now. All right, so a night landing, of course, is going to be a bit more difficult. I wanted to up the difficulty a bit because before I was able to knock off the landing, it did take me quite a few tries, I won't lie. But at the same time, it wasn't overly difficult. I mean, yeah, it was difficult. It was incredibly difficult. Go ahead, let it load up. At your leisure, my friend. This would be the one thing I would want to fix in the game right now. Oh, and these drops of frames. There we go. Okay, we're lined up pretty well. Let's come on down. Drop our wheels so we don't forget. So it's going to be a little harder because unlike the Jebi, which even though it was a lot smaller of a landing pad, it cost a lot less as far as resources for the game to load up. So this one is a bit more difficult, simply for that reason. All right, here we go. All right, throttle up, throttle down, brakes. All right. There we go. We are landed. Let's kill these lights before we burn too much power. Turn off our SAS. All right, and you can see the comparison between the Zero and the new Kerbin is extreme. As you can see, these are your giant wheels. They're not so giant. I did break a few of them in transit, unfortunately, so it is an amphib. It's a giant amphib, but it does the trick. It does do the trick. I think it's rather awesome. It's a lot slower than the Jebi. The Jebi was a lot smaller, and it used some blades that were a bit less powerful. This one actually has 8 propellers, but it still does not create the same amount of velocity that I could get out of the Jebi. But this time I went for more of a design feature. As you can see here, I have just your loss of words all of a sudden. My antenna is here, my satellite dish. I have the command center here. Jebi is actually, as you can see here, he's just relaxing on deck. And this is our control center. Yeah, it's more for looks, but it's pretty sweet nonetheless. It actually has some railing just on that section. But yeah, there you go. Once again, powered by PB nukes. This one has a lot more reserve power and causes, as you can see, a lot more lag. I actually want to leave the Zero on here. I was going to take it for a nice trip, but in order for this thing to get from point A to point B, I have to, pick the KSS Kerbin, and its max speed is 2 meters per second. 2 meters per second. It's slow as hell. So I usually just let it coast. It actually took about 2 hours just to get that far. It is slow. If there's one thing I may do is I may add some additional power to it, so that way it's able to cruise a little faster. But there you go. That is the KSS Kerbin. It is extremely large. It is much easier to land on than the KSS Jebi. So, I'm going to get on out of here. It's getting a little late, and I need to get some sleep. I need all the beauty rest I can get. So, I'm going to peace out of here, people. If you like what you see, and hit that like button. If you want to subscribe and see more of the crazy crafts, I'm actually going to leave this out here. So I'm going to try to land some additional craft on here. If you want to see more of them, hit that subscribe button, follow along, and maybe I can get Imposter Craft to land on here. It might need some more fuel because it doesn't do very well. So I might take this craft back onto the base and see what Imposter Craft can do on here. I have posted a link to Imposter Craft, the craft file, and I have actually posted it on the KSP Reddit channel. So if you do want to see it, jump over to there. I'm still Jatois over on KSP's Reddit. I have the craft sitting there. If you want to grab it from Dropbox, it is available for anyone to fly. I tried to go as stock as possible. So it flies, and you can actually do a barrel roll with that version. It is Imposter Craft 3, that version is the stock version. So I'm going to get out of here. This has been your boy Jatois, and I'm out of here. Peace.